This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Barnes and Leslie. We are your Morning X. If you missed it, Marcus Mumford was on this morning. Couple of great segments. I like that dude a lot. They, of course, are here tomorrow night at Ameris. If you missed it, you can go back to the podcast. Should have it up like 10:30, 11 this morning, so you can catch it there. But we had a little teeny Sleaze. We normally do Sleaze at 7:05 weekdays. So a special, I don't think we've ever done it at this time. 8:05, a full Sleaze with Leslie Fram, brought to you by McDonald's. Support local business owners and entrepreneurs in your neighborhood by visiting a nearby McDonald's today.
Barnes, I now know what the problem is with our podcast.
Ooh.
We're just not doing things that are salacious.
Good. Talk to me.
We should take a tip from Gwyneth Paltrow because, you know, she's got the Goop podcast, and she just went there. She played the MFK game.
Oh, what game is that, Leslie, for those that don't know the MFK?
Well, I'll let Gwyneth tell you, Barnes.
MFK, Jude Law, Robert Downey Jr., or Timothy Chalamet. Okay, I would marry Robert because we would just laugh so much and have such a fun, weird life. I am married to him in movies, so what's the difference? Who am I gonna you guys, Jude or Timothy Chalamet? That's very tough. I mean, I guess I have to say Jude only because it's like robbing the cradle, really. If I do it with Timothy, I think my children would kill me if I did that. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say. I'm going to marry and all three. How's that? I'm a modern woman. I'm not killing anyone. Peace out.
She's always good for a soundbite. Every time.
Always. Pete Davidson got his little comedy routine going on, joking around about somebody he used to date, Ariana Grande.
This is the only thing I didn't like that I got out of it, which is a common misconception. I don't like that she talked all this on like behalf of my I thought that was like super weird. She was like, yeah, it didn't work out, but like, nice. I thought that was really weird because like everybody was like, oh, that's what a nice girl. First of all, just take a step back. Can you imagine if I said that? Can you imagine if I was like, sorry, it didn't work out. Nice. No! Good. But sorry. I didn't like it because it's just simply not true. She has tiny little hands. She has just very little hands. Everything's huge to her. Yeah. It was a joke the entire time we were down. I was like, you know, huge to you, but small to everyone else. This rocks.
She's got small hands. That man, he talked to that legend. That is out there everywhere.
Everywhere. So when we had Gavin Rossdale on, when we talked to him, it was about his cooking show because the Bush album wasn't out yet, but it's out now. And he was asked, like, what do your kids think about the new Bush album?
What do your kids think about the album? They have a favorite song?
Oh my goodness, I'm really careful to not push. I just stay. I'm their dad, father, not friend. So. Sure. Whilst I would love to, like what happens with me now in my house, they'll play their songs, what they're doing. Kingston will do that, playing amazing songs. Zuma's begun recording. He's out of control. He's like, I'm not even the best singer in my house anymore. It's
really? Super
annoying. and so I take pride in listening to everything they're doing and not sharing anything that I'm doing with them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because it's much more healthy. Otherwise, it's like, we're not friends.
Sure.
We're not friends. Now, if they discover it independently, that's when it's like, I don't want it to suck.
Duh. We're not friends.
Why aren't you friends? You're friends with your kids.
Yeah. Speaking of dads, I mean, you go through that period when your kids are teens and you're just not cool at all. Right, Barnes? You probably went through that period.
I'm still going through it, and they're not even teens anymore.
You're just, when you become a cool dad, though, you got to brag about it. This is Timothy Oliphant talking to Colbert. Has he ever been a cool dad?
Once Upon a Time, Hollywood, what was that film?
Yeah.
So we're at that premiere, and my kids, for the most part, we never took them to any of these things, but now they're older, they're out of the house. We miss them.
Yeah.
I mean, we miss them, but oh my God. Anyway, we take them to the premiere, and Brad Pitt and then Leo, and it was all very exciting. But when they saw Snoop Dogg, they were like, "Oh my God, it's Snape!" They went crazy. They were so excited with someone who knew him and said, "You want to come meet him?" And they were like, "Of course we do." They were so excited, and it was the greatest thing that ever could have happened to me in front of my kids. I was the first to be introduced to him, and he looked at me and goes, "You're a bad mother." You don't understand what it took for me to stay focused and cool in that moment and not look at my children and go. I literally almost looked at them and said, "See? Do you not see?"
That's funny.
I don't know if you saw this story, but Matthew Perry's doctor pleading guilty to ketamine distribution. 4 counts.
Yeah, they must have put some sort of plea deal in front of him that was attractive.
Salvador Plasencia. Yeah, a plea deal. So originally they were saying he could face a maximum of 40 years in prison, but now not likely because of that. And then who else is out there is the quote-unquote ketamine queen. She is the remaining defendant in the case and is set for trial next month. What a waste that was. Now, I want to tell you this story, and then I want you to tell me what you think. Actress Allison Brie and Dave Franco have announced a contest for couples to win a free wedding in Vegas, okay? Tied to their movie called Together. Couples can participate. You just film a little proposal at a theater, preferably during their show Together. But before posting it on social media, you got to use the hashtag Together Contest and then tag together.movie, okay? And then they'll give away a free wedding in Vegas, okay? The problem is, like, you're going to have all these people doing these wedding proposals in a theater, and there's only going to be one winner. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that seems like a bit of a stretch of a bit. Now, that movie's getting great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes early. The one weird thing about Dave Franco, he's not the other Franco who basically was canceled.
I know, he's another Franco.
And it's hard to... Those two are very confusing. Even just hearing the name, you're like, oh, is that the one that we're not supposed to care about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one for that dude.
The submission deadline is August the 30th. A trailer just dropped for the movie Good Fortune. This is interesting. Keanu Reeves plays Gabriel, an inept angel who meddles in the lives of a struggling worker and a venture capitalist. Also starring Aziz Ansari. He wrote it. And it stars Seth Rogen and Keke Palmer and Sandra Oh. It's out October 27th. Let's take a look.
My name is Gabriel. I'm an angel. I'm here to save you.
What?
I know all about you. I know you lost your job. I know you're living in your car.
I did everything I was supposed to do and nothing's working out.
I'm not really supposed to be doing this. I'm normally only in charge of saving people from texting and driving.
Wait, you're telling me I have a budget guardian angel?
Kinda.
My life is just in the service of people like Jeff.
Arj, I'm Jeff, a pledge.
The people who actually get to live.
Fix my cold plunge. Get a disco floor for my party and find a shaman to take me on an ayahuasca journey.
Maybe I can show you that life is not all it's cracked up to be.
Gabriel, why did you do this?
I tried to show him that wealth wouldn't solve all his problems.
And?
It seems to have solved most of his problems.
Not sure, Barnes. I'm just not sure.
I don't know. Yeah. I'll stand by. I can't even get to the movie for the big, huge, massive budget ones. I don't know if this one's going to pull me in, but...
Exactly.
Maybe as a streamer later.
Adding a sad note, we mentioned this in the last Celebrity Sleaze. 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, former world champ Hulk Hogan, dying at the age of 71 from cardiac arrest.
Man, such a bummer week with all this crap.
It's unbelievable, and, you know, that guy was a legend and just beloved.
What's weird is these 3 deaths, you know, they say they always come in 3s.
I know.
These were all massive, massive pop culture icons. Massive.
Think about it.
All 3 of them.
Wow, that is your Celebrity Sleaze.
Mic Drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritlin. It's raw.
Any single time that you left the wire, you could lose 4 guys.
It's unfiltered.
That was the most horrible screaming I'd ever heard. Taking a hit on the chin, you want to pay it back?
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
Would I choose to not do our duty as military fighting men? No, I would not make that decision, without question.
Mic Drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.